everyone, and welcome back to another video in our YouTube SEO series today. If you are trying to build real backlinks and improve your Google rankings, then today's video is meant for you. In this episode, we are going to be doing a deep dive into how to start guest posting from scratch, even if you have zero experience. I'll walk you through everything from how to find guest post websites, how to reach out, how to negotiate, how to get your article published successfully. By the end, you will know exactly how professional link builders and SEO agencies do guest posting at scale. So let's get started with the basics. Guest posting means writing and publishing articles on someone else's website in exchange for a backlink to your own site. There are two main types of guest posting. The first one is a free guest post where you write quality content that benefits their readers, and then they publish it for free with a link to your website. The second type is paid guest posts. This is where the site charges you a small fee to feature your article and link back to your website. Both are useful, but free guest posts are great for beginners, while paid posts help you scale faster. So why is guest posting such a big deal in SEO? Well, when you post on an established blog, you gain high-quality backlinks that boost your site authority, referral traffic from real readers who clicked through to your link, brand visibility across your niche audience, and often relationships with creators that lead to future collaborations. Think of guest posting as building your digital reputation. Every article that you publish on another site is like leaving your business card all across the internet. So now let's get into the practical details. How do you find a website that accepts guest posts? Okay, so here is our simple and proven method. We are going to start by going into Google and searching for an informational keyword that is related to your niche. Today, we are going to be doing the best time to visit Florida. Now, we're going to go through the top 20 results and look for blogger websites rather than big brand or corporate pages. Bloggers usually have personal blogs where they post their opinions, guides, or review. You can tell it's a blogger's site when the About page has a person's name or phone number, when the writing feels more personal or story-based and less informational, and finally, when the domain isn't something like .gov or .edu or a large company name. Once each relevant blog is open in a new tab, now it's time to start collecting some data. Now, here's our pro tip. Use specific search strings to find guest-friendly posting sites. Try things like your keyword plus write for us, your keyword plus guest post guidelines, your keyword plus become a contributor, your keyword plus submit a post. Anything like these phrases reveal websites that are explicitly accepting guest post contributors. So now that we've found a few potential sites, we are going to create a Google Sheet to create and keep everything all organized. Now that we found some potential sites, we're going to create a Google Sheets to keep everything nice and organized. In your sheet, you're going to want your columns to include the website URL, the website name, contact person, email addresses, niche categories, what type it is, so whether it's free or paid, domain authority. Now this is optional, but I always recommend it, and any other notes or comments that you have about this website here specifically. Now we're opening each website here, and we're going to head to the contact us or the about page to find their emails. If it's missing, I always say to look in the footer or check out their social media profiles, as many list an email in exchange for any inquiries or partnerships. Sometimes there's only going to be a contact us form, and that's fine. Fill it out and mention you're interested in submitting a guest post article. Try to gather at least 50 contacts per day. That's a realistic and consistent goal for steady process. Not all websites are going to be worth your time. Some sell links, some have spammy content, and some have a low domain authority. So before you pitch, make sure to check all of these things. Begin by checking domain authority by using free tools like Mozbar or Ahrefs. Check for traffic volume by using SimilarWeb or Ubersuggest. Check recent posts to make sure they're still active, and make sure that their last posts were recent. If it was over 6 months ago, that's a sign to skip it. Next, we're going to look for quality content. You want something that's well written and has a clean design. The goal is to get links from credible, active websites that Google can trust. So now, once your list is all ready, it is time to begin reaching out. You can do this manually, or you can automate it with the tool. If you're just starting out, I recommend using something like Mailmeter. It integrates with Google Sheets and gives you a free daily email credit. So here's how to begin. You're going to go to Mailmeter and sign up with your Google account. Now that we've signed in, you're going to want to click on a new campaign. It's going to be right down here in the corner or right up here in the top. This is where we're going to upload our spreadsheet of 50 websites and emails. Remember, that's what we recommend for a good daily starting amount. Then we're going to write an engaging subject line. I always suggest doing something like let's collaborate on valuable content for your readers or loved your recent post, would love to contribute. After that, you're going to create a personalized email template. Here's a sample one that you can use right here. Okay, so here is our example right here. So here are some of our pro tips. You're going to want to keep it short and friendly. Avoid sounding like you're too much of a salesperson or people aren't going to want to read what you have to say. Next, always personalize at least one line by mentioning a post or a topic from their site. Finally, never mass email hundreds of people without checking the relevancy in each email. It's better to get a few emails that stick than sending out hundreds that don't. Now, once you start getting some replies, don't be surprised if some webmasters will start quoting you a price. This could be anything from $30, $50, or even $100 per post. But don't worry, that's normal. And if you like the site and the price fits in your budget, go right ahead. If it's too high, just politely negotiate with them. For example, you can say something like, "Thanks for getting back to me. I really like your website. But my current budget is only around $35 per post. Would that work for you?" Most site owners are somewhat flexible and are willing to offer you a discount, especially if you plan to submit multiple articles to their website. Once you agree, they'll send you guidelines. This will be anything from word count, format, and anchor text rules. Then all you have to do is send them your article along with your author bio and a link placement detail. When you're writing a guest post, make sure to always focus on the value that you offer. Avoid making mistakes that sound like an ad or a promotion. Some greats to start for guest articles are to start with a clear, catchy title, offer real reader insight, not any generic fluff. Add internal links to their site, they love that. Include your backlink naturally, don't force it. Make sure to keep the tone conversational and helpful, and once you send it, follow up after a few days if you don't get a response. Persistence pays off. Guest posting is most effective when it's done consistently. We recommend that you track every outreach response in your spreadsheet. We always suggest adding columns for things like status, so you can include things like pending, replied, negotiating, or published, as well as the price, publication date, and link URL. Once your articles go live, make sure to add the live link as well, and check on it every month or two to make sure that it's still active and see if there's any issues. As you grow, you can scale using different tools like Hunter.io for finding emails faster, Ahrefs for SEMrush for competitor backlink research, or BuzzStream for advanced outreach tracking. So there we go. We have a few final tips and tricks to make sure that you avoid some common mistakes. So here's what we have to say. Never buy backlinks from anything that seems spammy or irrelevant. Make sure you don't over-optimize your anchor text or it could backfire. Make sure to avoid sending the same pitch to every blogger. And always double check grammar and readability before your submission. Consistency and authenticity always win in the long term. So that is all we have for you guys today. That is the complete process of how to start posting, from finding the right sites to publishing your first article. If you found this video helpful, I would love to hear from you. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next SEO tutorial. Drop a comment down below if you'd like me to share a free outreach email template or a guest post tracking sheet, and I'll be happy to share that with you. So thanks guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!